my hand is being forced to make the unfortunate but annoyingly wise decision of backing out of the Vermont City Marathon. Quick recap, I've been on a marathon training block since mid-December, and it was all sort of leading up to the cheap marathon in April 5th, a marathon that I didn't do very well. I had an injury in my knee and in my hip and caused me to DNF. I could have probably pushed through it, but I made the choice of not doing that because I wanted to maintain myself injury-free so that I could then have the potential of training for another marathon this spring. I put together a quick 6-week training block to get myself back up and ready for the Vermont City Marathon on May 25th. But unfortunately, since then, I have been battling on and off injuries in different places unrelated to what I experienced in that marathon. And my sleep has been bad, my training consistency has been bad, things have been getting in the way, and to this day I'm still battling some pretty bad stuff in my knee and in my foot. So what this is telling me is that my body just needs a break, okay? There's no reason for me to push through to this marathon. It doesn't prove anything for me. This wasn't the overall goal. I have other things in the summer and in the fall, other races that I would like to be feeling strong and not injured for, and I think just pushing to try to make this really tight turnaround time of the May 25th, I think it's not going to pay off in the ways that I want it to. I think my ego is just taking over a little bit, and I have to give up that dream for better things in the future. So I'm going to lighten up on the long runs. I went for a 14-mile run last Monday, and I felt good during the run, but then the subsequent days while I was in Dallas trying to do a run, even just a little light, zone 2 pace run, I was still battling that problem with my knee. So the idea that I'm just going to suddenly get better while also maintaining that training block for another 2 weeks or in 2 weeks is just is a complete pipe dream. So I'm switching gears. I'm going to dial all the long runs back. I'm just going to try to maintain my weekly mileage as best as I can, go way back in the training, just focus on doing some diversification, bike riding, weightlifting, all those things while doing, it's kind of like an active recovery while trying to maintain the weekly mileage, not worrying so much about the long runs. And then in maybe 4 weeks time, start ramping it back up. There's an ultra marathon on July 12th that I would like to be a part of. There is an ultra marathon on October 30th that I've already signed up for. There's some 5Ks in between those. And then that puts me to potentially be looking at a marathon in the fall somewhere, maybe in November, the Manchester City Marathon or a subsequent area marathon. I don't know, but yeah, so I'm not going to do the Vermont City Marathon. The stars just aren't aligning for it. It's stupid to try for it. It's not really that important to me in terms of the number marathon because I just have other things in my desire belt, in my belt of desires. So that's where that sits. There will be more running content. Absolutely there will be. I'm going to be running all summer, but I'm just not going to be striving for some ridiculous goal that ends up getting me injured. I got to set my sights longer term, and in the short term, I got to make the sacrifices, this marathon being one of them. I know you're all so disappointed, so maybe I can make it up to you somehow. Thanks for watching. Bye.